Gratitude, the walk that ends the dream. Day 7. Gratitude is the moment the dream runs out of excuses. It is the quiet turn of the mind that finally stops blaming the world for what the mind itself has chosen. It is the place where sorrow loses its alibi, because the one who made sorrow vanish is now recognized as the only voice that ever spoke truth. And yet the Course whispers something far sharper than comfort. It is equally insane to withhold gratitude from the one who hands over the means to end every form of pain. This is the passage where the ego always flinches, because it exposes the secret bargain beneath grievance. How can gratitude rise if the mind still believes someone must be beneath in order to rise above? How can love be remembered if the mind still calculates freedom by comparison, angered when another stands less chained than the image believed to be me? Gratitude ends that arithmetic. It looks at a brother's seeming freedom and calls it a promise, not a threat. It looks at a brother's chains and calls them dissolving, not deserved. And then comes the widening. The recognition that gratitude must stretch to include every figure the dream made to justify fear, the sick, the weak, the mourning, the hungry, the hated, the hateful, the cold, the angry, the hopeless, the lost. Not because they are real, but because the mind that sees them is calling for its own release. Gratitude answers that call by refusing to leave anyone behind. So the walk begins. Not the walk of effort, but the walk of remembering. Every step an undoing of vengeance. Every breath a reversal of the belief that attack could ever protect. Every glance a quiet refusal to rehearse old stories. It is the walk of those who finally understand that to leave one brother outside the circle is to exile the self from peace. And the walk does something else. It heals perception until forgiveness is no longer an act, but a fact. When forgiveness is complete, gratitude is total, not because the world behaved, but because the mind stopped demanding the world validate its wounds. In that state, everything becomes worthy of love because everything is seen as either an extension of love or a call for it. Nothing else remains. So today, the practice is simple. Let gratitude replace every impulse to strike back. Let it stand where anger once stood tall. Let it answer the mind before malice can speak. Let it dissolve revenge before the thought can finish forming. Not by suppression, but substitution. A single thought of gratitude held long enough to reveal itself as the truth behind all thought. And then the walk that ends the dream becomes obvious. Not a march toward awakening, but a gentle turning toward what was always awake. A return, not a journey. A remembering, not an achievement. Gratitude is the doorway. Gratitude is the light pouring through it. Gratitude is the one who walks, the path itself, and the home it leads to. And gratitude is the moment the dream can no longer convince the mind that it ever needed anything else.